I'm saying it again, losing your memory is not a normal part of aging. In our last video, we talked about the causes of memory loss and how to keep your memory sharp as you age. But there's one more important concept we really need to talk about to understand why we have memory loss. There's a term I want you to know. It's called mental pruning. Mental pruning is our brain's natural way of getting rid of neurons that we don't need. It actually helps our brain operate more efficiently. However, as we age, it starts to work against us. What happens is, as we age, we tend not to take on new projects and new challenges. We don't usually learn a new language or a new skill. Most of us fall into a routine, go to the same place, get coffee at the same place, take a walk at the same place, kind of sort of do the same thing. And what happens is that sends a message to our brain that says, hey, we don't really need these other parts of our brain that we don't use all the time. The brain starts to prune the neurons. All those neurons that we need to learn those new tricks, they get pruned. And one day we finally sit down and say, I want to learn something new. And it is very, very hard because those constant pruning of the parts of the brain that we don't use can lead to memory loss and cognitive decline over time. And then it's harder for us to learn something new. Basically, this is a fancy way of saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you don't want to lose it, you have to constantly make your brain work in areas that it doesn't usually work in so that your brain knows that you need it and it stops pruning it. Number one, engage in mentally stimulating activities like puzzles, reading, especially fiction because it uses your imagination. 2, learn a new skill. This is the best time to learn a new language. Even do one of those TikTok dances that you think are really hard to do. Try it. It can actually wake up your brain. You may feel silly, no one's looking. It's really good for your brain. Learn a new instrument. Learn how to knit. Learn something that you have never learned before. Next time you go to a grocery store, memorize your list. Write it down. You should still take it in your pocket just in case, but try to memorize it and see if you can get through the store without looking at the list. Do the same thing next time you cook. Look at the recipe, try to memorize it, and cook without looking at it again. Don't invite anyone over for dinner until you get this right. Bottom line is, there's so much you can do to save your brain. In the last video, we talked about foods and medication and sleep. And in this video, I'm giving you tips and exercises to keep your brain from being pruned. You have the power to keep your brain and your memory sharp as you age. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you soon.